Greetings and salutations, my artsy friends. How is everyone this morning? So good. So good, I hope. We are going to embrace our magazines this morning. I'm so excited. I hope you are too. I hope that you are as excited about revisiting this art form as am I. Okay. Just a sec. I'm gonna take a drink because I feel like we might be doing a lot of chatting. So everybody, take a drink. Okay, good morning, Valerie. How are you? So I hope everybody has their magazine and acrylic paint or acrylic pens or a combo of those two things. That's what I'm going to use. I'm going to use kind of a combo. I wanted to remind everyone that I will be off next week and possibly part of the following week as my family is visiting, and it will be after the retreat, and so I will be pooped out, and I just want to sit in my backyard and visit with my sister and my dad and my niece, and my cousin. So if you are brand new here, if you haven't done this just yet, if you would follow, like, subscribe, comment, share, all the things on Ann Corbiere-Scott Designs Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and then ask to join our private Facebook groups, Ann Corbiere-Scott Designs Facebook group and Stitch Along with Ann Facebook group. Both of those are a fun place to be. Good morning, Debbie. So, I took my great niece Desiree to the bookstore the other day to get her something new to read, and then I was looking through the fashion magazines because that's what we do, and I found a British Vogue, so that was kind of intriguing. So I was like, oh, all right. So I started kind of flipping through it and found all kinds of things that I can't wait to. Fashion magazine photography is such a fun jumping off point for art. But as I was flipping through, I found an article on this 91-year-old artist. And her name is Rose Wiley. She's 91 years old. She lives in Kent, England, and she is quite eccentric, just the way we like them, right? So it says she's wearing a skirt she's owned for about 45 years with black caterpillar boots and her trademark dark lipstick. So anyway, as I was reading about her, what caught my eye was this photo. I just fell in love with it. And it was like a bunch of different things that I fell in love with. I fell in love with these colors right here, this navy blue, gold, like a green here, like a green plaid, and then this orange of her skirt. And then I could see her boots, right? Her caterpillar boots and her gray hair in the middle of all of this artsy goodness, right? Her floor is littered with chunks of clumped up paper and paint from her works. Here's one of her newest works, an homage to a Turkish mosaic. It says BC 2400. Anyway, the cool thing about this woman a couple, well, a billion cool things, but let's talk about some of the highlights that I've marked here. She's known in the art world as a rebel, and for her remarkable rise as a painter when she was already in her 70s. She grew up in Kent as the youngest child of 7. She was afforded a lot of freedom, but there were high expectations. Her mother wanted her to be a barrister. She fancied the idea of being a film star. She certainly had the looks and charisma, but says she was born with a weedy memory, and it hasn't deteriorated. So went in to study painting. She abandoned her career to focus on raising her 3 children, but she returned to painting. She was 47 when she completed her MA at the Royal College of Art. How cool is that? So now she has the biggest show of her life at Good Morning, Susan. At the Royal Academy. So let's see. You become a part of the whole history of art. Its culture, its ideology. It's so good if you're lucky enough to be included in that. That's what I want. Oh my gosh. How cool is this? And how inspiring. Sorry, I took my Sudafed and I used my little essential oils under my nose, but still a little bit stuffy. Let's see, what was the other thing I wanted to talk about? The Royal Academy exhibition will include Wiley's drawings, often the preparatory thinking for her paintings, as well as many of her very large paintings that prove why she deserves her place in the arc of cultural history. Varied in theme and borrowing from, but never mimicking, art history. Wiley's style is distinctively youthful, fresh, and free. People often assume from looking at her work that she is in her 20s. For me, I think I talked to you guys about when I was at the Museum of Modern Art, and there was that big exhibit of Ruth Asawa. The thing that was most intriguing to me were her sketches. The pages from her sketchbooks. Because I like to see the arc from where it starts. And for me, there's nothing more beautiful than the pencil sketch. I don't know why. Like, I like my art the best when it's a pencil sketch. I have to ink it for it to be marketable, but my pencil sketches are the parts that I like the best. Anyway, so as I was thinking about this this photo and what I wanted to do with it, I thought I want her to be the star of the show because she is, right? So I was looking at her. I hope that you put thought into the photos that you choose also, you know? So I was looking at this photo and thinking, like, what I know what I want to do. I want to paint the background, and then I want to put one of her quotes in the background on top of the background color. So I was looking at her and trying to decide what color I was going to use. And so then I'm thinking this yellow, right? This yellow, because we have just a little bit of it. Because if I go around her chair and her, that yellow is going to pop. So here's my plan. Instead of using my paint pen, I'm going to use my acrylic paint. This is one of the most satisfying things in the world, isn't it? To peel off that. I love that. I love that. So let's put some yellow in there. And this is Amsterdam Azo Yellow Deep. So I'm just going to start painting. I'm going to just start painting the background. I want to just get a base down. Look at this beautiful line. Look at this beautiful line. You know, it's crazy. But making art in a magazine is a little tough sometimes because of the glare. Okay, I want to go around this chair that she has. And get around her, part of that chair. This looks like it's going to be a couple of coats, but that's okay, right? I'm kind of in love with that. It is cold in Arizona this morning. The sun is shining, but it is cold. Weirdly. Okay. So I'm going to go around her beautiful hands. Love that. A little bit in there. I have so much happening in my house. I have retreat stuff kind of like in every nook and cranny of my house. And so I'm feeling like this is a good distraction for me this morning. It's kind of just what I needed. Good morning, Keels. Hi, Kim Bowley. I'm sure you guys are. Is it snowy? Debbie was just talking about how it's cold in Arizona this morning. Although the forecast for when you guys are here for the retreat, it's going to be almost 90. So be sure to pack short sleeves and layers. Like a little jacket or a sweater or something. Let's see if I can get around her boot. Let's see. I think I want to go here. There we go. Yeah. So it seems I might have to do a couple of layers. Okay. And that acrylic paint will just wipe off. No, you do not need to bring your own towels. There will be towels. Good thinking though, Deb. So I already have my vision. I hope you guys have your vision of your fashion magazine art. Where you want to go. I just really wanted to, as soon as I saw her, I knew this is what I wanted. And I knew I wanted to I wanted to just pay tribute to this artist, you know. 6 hours of driving ahead of him. Oh, goodness. Let's see. I'm going to put this paper under here. So speaking of artists, you guys, so let me finish this part. I have this other artist to talk to you about that I read about last night. Shut up. I love it so much, you guys. And I'm feeling like I kind of want to do it quite painterly, you know, because her work is so painterly. I think that would be a lovely tribute to her. Good morning, Renata. Sorry, you guys. I like to put down white gesso. Oh, good thinking, Keels. I haven't, but I will now. But I really want it to be, I want my paint strokes to show. I'm feeling this morning. So anyway, the other artist I wanted to talk to you about. So there's a Kansas City artist named, just a sec. Here we go. There's a Kansas City artist named Heidi, Pitre, Petrie. She's, she does tiny works of art, on library checkout cards. Remember those back in the day? They're obsolete now, which makes them even cooler, right? So number one, there's a limited supply, but I thought, oh my gosh, what a cool medium to, like a substrate to work on. And so she has 66 of her pen and ink illustrations inspired by books and their authors are now on display in a new exhibit called Permanent Record on the second floor of the Kansas City Public Library's downtown location. I will be doing more investigation on her, but I will also put a link to the article or to the post that I read and that subsequent article, and I'm going to dig to see if I can find, there was only one photo that I could find of one of her artworks, so now I'm going to be on the lookout for more of them. Anyway, is anybody else painting along with me this morning? Everybody take a drink. So look her up. Heidi Petrie. I will absolutely pull out the gesso Keels for my next session in my magazine. This has a little bit to dry, I think. I'm going to put my brush in water so that it doesn't get hard. But I'm working on my fire horse. So yes, so I still am working on my fire horse painting. Also, I put my books under some heavy stuff, my art journal under some heavy stuff. Oops, gonna sneeze. Sorry about that. Because it got kind of wrinkly. So I could set this aside and pull out my fire horse. Okay. Okay. So now here's my, look, it's still kind of curly. Because I used a lot of water. So I have this idea. Is the woman in your magazine an artist? Yes. She, her name is, just a sec. Something Wiley. Rose Wiley. And yes, she is an artist. So as I'm looking at this, part of me wants to do something in here, kind of, I don't know if I want to go like Zentangle-y inspired or neurographically inspired. I'm not sure. Good morning, Ra. So I'm still hemming and hawing about that, but I do want to represent that it's the year of the fire horse. So I want to somehow include the words fire horse on here. I don't know exactly what I want to do. So, I don't know. Anybody else? So Deb, what are you going to do with your fire horse page? So because I don't know exactly what I'm going to do, I'm going to work on this page because I find that, the more I, the more I don't want to force it. Do you know what I'm saying? It's better for me if I go work on something else and then it'll just ponder in my noggin, right? So I'm just going to start. Remember I did these. Is anyone still working on this page? There we go. Lots of line work. And I just like to let it kind of grow as I go. Oh, nice, Deb. Well, you better bring that to the retreat because I'm going to want to see it in real life. I love that you drew your own horse and made it look on fire. I swear, you guys, you know what? I told you, like, the fire horse thing is all over social media. I saw a cookie design. I think I started telling you guys about this, or maybe I thought about telling you. I don't know. Anyway, oh, and I'm using that new pen, the Micro Perm, and this one's the 01. I think I used the 5, this one, for the petals, the loop-de-loops around the edge. Giddy up. Well, you're in the right place for giddy up. That's for sure. Lots of cowboys here, Deb. Anyway, I'm really liking these new pens. And you know, whenever I get a new tool, I like to put it through its paces. I like to try and make it work. Oh, are you? I love that you're stitching, Keels. Oh my gosh, yesterday in Stitch Along, Brenda was talking about, she goes, Anne, all of these little lazy daisies, I don't even know where to start. I said, that's so funny. Keely was just talking about the same thing. Oh my gosh, so I was talking on the phone with Jennifer from Australia yesterday, and she said, is Keely going to be at the retreat? And I said, she sure is. So I told her, I said, everybody can't wait to meet you, Jen. And I go, and just know, everybody's going to want you to say their name in your accent. You know I love me an accent, Keely. I do, I do. Of any kind. I could just, like, lose myself in it. Oh, let's take another drink. So many lazy days. I know, I know, I know. Let's see. Where was I? Where was I? I thought I had just started one. Yes, up here. For me, if I do something like this that's just really repetitive, that allows my brain to, like, see something else. See that other art piece in my mind's eye. Yes, her best friend Nancy will be there too. I know every time I talk, I say, every time we chat, I say, this was the first time I got to talk to her, like to hear her voice. We just message back and forth a lot. I asked her to bring something else Australian, and she's like, really? And I know she thinks it's just a bunch of old junk, but I go, I'm telling you, the girls are going to go crazy for that. So yesterday, my ask was, can you bring some Australian coins? And she said, yeah. And she goes, what for? And I said, because I want to do crayon rubbings. And if I do crayon rubbings of them, I know a lot of girls are going to want to do crayon rubbings of those Australian coins. And that would be a great page to add to our art journal, I think. Because now I'm thinking about my fire. Because I'm really liking the line work of this. I'm feeling like maybe some kind of line work within the flames. I don't know, like maybe like that, like tracing the shape of the flames with some line work. That's kind of feeling that could be quite impactful. Oh, so anyway, I was telling you about that the fire horse is everywhere. I saw someone, and I'll see if I can find it now, who was decorating a sugar cookie with, you know, the fancy sugar cookies now, not like just with like a butter knife like we used to do, but where they flood the whole cookie with that runny frosting, and it just makes it look like a painting. Anyway, this lady did a horse head, but she did it, and it looks an awful lot like the Broncos horse head. Anyway, but she did that horse head in shades of yellows and orange and red. Oh my gosh. And then she did that thing where, you know, like if there's a blob of frosting and they just pull it with the pokey tool thing that they use. And so it made it look like, oh my gosh, like pointy flames. Oh my gosh, it was so cool. And so that's kind of been in my head too. And this pop and paint party where I'm working on like a whole bunch of things, this is reminiscent of my whole artsy life. I always have many things going at the same time. How about you? I never have just one project. Stop it. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm loving that. I feel like I want to do more of that. Sorry, I gotta write this note down to myself. Oh my gosh, and you know what else I found yesterday? I was taking a little break from retreat prep, and I came across an ad from the 80s, maybe the 70s, for knickers. Anybody else wear knickers in the 70s? Oh gosh, and I died laughing because I was like, oh, I loved knickers so much. Because you could kind of wear pants and kind of, you know. I went to the Mesa Market and got some great inspiration for Southwestern art. So fun. Which Mesa art market did you go to? There's a bunch. Knickers. And they had those ruffle tops on. Do you remember the ruffle tops that had like ruffles that went down the sides of the front of the top and then went up over your shoulders? Oh my gosh. I loved those too. I hope you took 1,000,000 pictures, Deb. I hope you took 1,000,000 zillion pictures. Inspiration is everywhere. And the crazy thing is, you might, the thing that inspires you, shut up, smarty pants, the one in Mesa. The thing you think is going to be the inspiration is not the inspiration. That's why I always take photos, because it might not be the image that's the inspiring thing. It might be the color combination. It might be the patterns that are in it. It might be the mediums that they used. It might, do you know what I mean? You never know what the inspiration is going to be. And for me, one photo can be inspiring in 1,000,000 different ways, you know? Of course, my mom made me some knickers. Shut up! With tassels. I so wish I had a photo. Oh my gosh, me too. Me too. Susan, my knickers had pockets with tassels. Shut up, Susan! I know. I love my shirt with the ruffles. Me too. Me too. I did a page in my art journal for the retreat. After the retreat, I'll take a picture and share it with you. But suffice it to say, there was the page is like this, and then there's a piece like this, and I put a ruffle around that piece, and then I was like, oh my gosh. I had so many things with a ruffle. I did love a ruffle. I did. How about you guys? Didn't you love a ruffle? Let's see. Now that I'm doing this, I'm not loving this as much. I'm wondering if I could add, like, I don't know, stripes to that. Maybe it'll make me feel better about it. I think I like that better. Yep, I like that better. And these pages are so wrinkly that my lines are quite wavery. Oh my gosh, I went to high school with a girl named Waverly Webb. Speaking of Waverly. Waverly Webb. Wonder whatever happened to her. She actually went to the Catholic high school. I went to the public high school. Waverly Webb. Now that's killing me. The memory of it all. And I remember thinking that sounds so exotic. It does have ruffles. I do love ruffles. Anybody else? I love ruffles. I love polka dots. All those things. I love plaid. I love madras plaid. Anybody else love a madras plaid? Madras. I had some shorts that were madras plaid, and they were madras, made madras, and patchwork. I wish I still had those. Not to wear those shorts anymore because that was a few pounds ago. But they were, I would love to like make something from that fabric now. You know what I mean? There we go. I'm loving it so much, you guys. Oh my gosh. Has anybody listened to, you know how you can listen to music like from the Grammys or the Kennedy Center, what is it? The Kennedy Center, Keeley. You know, the Led Zeppelin one we always listen to. The Kennedy Center Honors. You can listen to those musical pieces on like YouTube. I listened to Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga singing California Dreamin' from the 2025 Grammys. You guys. Oh my gosh. I listened to that on repeat yesterday. It was so, so good. So if you're ever, I'm going to set this aside and work on my magazine a little bit more. Look at her. Look at her. She's the star of the show is what she is. Okay. Ooh, I'm glad I put my brush in my water. I can work that water into my paint here. I'm loving it, you guys. I love anything either of them sing too. Lisa, I'm telling you, when you hear them together and they, that performance, they just really like isolate their voices. Oh my gosh, so good. I need some more paint. It was just, I'm telling you, I was just moved by their performance. I thought, didn't I recently talk about another Lady Gaga performance where she had sung, what did she sing that I had talked to you guys about? What a talent that woman is. What a talent. Man alive, I can't think of the other. I want these like pretty bright yellow to really make that little piece of yellow pop. We looked at tickets to see Bruno Mars in Las Vegas. Just okay seats were $800. I swear. Is that the craziest thing, Lisa? I think about, do the artists have any idea how much their tickets are going for? Do you know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, my first concert ticket was to see Elton John at the Pontiac Silverdome. And my ticket, I still have it, $8.50. $8.50. And then the next time I saw Elton John, it was $85. And then the last time we saw him was, no, it was in the hundreds. It wasn't 800, certainly, but it was in the hundreds. But I love him so much. And don't you think that music and art just so work hand in hand together, don't they? I really want my paint strokes to show up on this page. Want it thicker over here. Okay. Peggy and I looked into Lady Gaga tickets in Vegas. The cost was just too much. I'm sure it was insane. I'm sure it was insane, kills. And the sad thing is, there's nothing like seeing someone live in concert, is there? Nothing that compares to it, you know? I don't know why I keep putting this paper back down, because there's so much paint on the next page. It's on my OttLite. It's on my, well, my OttLite is covered in paint and has been for a long time. My desk, but the desk it'll just scrape off. And I bet Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars put on like the most tremendous show, I'm sure. But holy tamale. Oh my gosh, this is just like how I want it to look. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy with that. I'm so happy with that. I'm coming over here. Let's see if I can hold right there. Bring his color in tighter around her silhouette. Yep. And want it to look like. Very painterly, since she's a painter. Look at her. She's so beautiful. Okay, she's going to take a long time to dry now because she's covered in yellow paint. But I told you I want it to look really painterly, so I want really nice big brush strokes. So we're just teaching Maisie how to go on a walk. Oh, you guys. Jeff said she chased a lot of birds, and we need to, so she can wiggle out of her collar. So we've got to find a different kind of collar for her. The kind that are, not like those choke collars, good gravy, but just a collar that she can't like wriggle her head out of. Okay, let's move that to the side. Let's move this back. Okay. Let's put that in there. Okay. I have this yellow paint left over, you guys. And I'm thinking I'm going to put it on this page. Because don't waste color. I don't know what I'm going to put on here, but it'll be cute. I was like, what am I going to do with that paint? I know exactly what I'll do with that paint. I just love a painty background like this. Like it's the perfect start of something good. So I'm, by the way, still on my Doris Day kick. Love me some Doris Day. Anybody else love Doris Day? Okay, I think that's good, you guys. I think it's good. But now I can't work on the blue page because this is going to be wet for probably a good long time. I mean, I can try and dry it a little bit. Look at how wrinkly it is. But I'll glue it to another page. I'll use my giant, this giant stinking glue stick. I saw, Keely was asking me if I got the idea from B.B. Henry, and I said, no. Amanda, I remembered her name, Keels. Amanda Rose, starts with a Z. Her last name is a Z. You know what's so crazy, Valerie? Valerie says that I need to get a plastic placemat to put under the pages of my art journal. Do you know what's so crazy about that, Valerie? I have, like, I could use, I have a billion things that I could use. I have great big deli sheets. I have deli paper sheets. I have all kinds of craft mats. I used none of them this morning. I used none of them. I think we're dry. I think. So I do think that needs to be, I wonder if I do it right now while it's still a little bit warm. Is this the craziest? Yeah, that's going to help, I think, tremendously. Yes. Yes. And this guy, I'm really feeling like kind of making it look like following that. Where's the bigger one? That's the number one. Where's the number 5? What do you guys think about that? Like following the lines. And I'm just going to tell you, these microperms are great over paint. So that's a consideration. Right? Look at how good that looks. And look at how the addition of black on there just makes all those colors just pop, doesn't it? Yes. Now, this outside one. Look, that's helping me. Like I have a little bit of a step in the right direction. Do you know what I mean? I'm feeling like I want my lines to be pretty organic, but I don't know exactly where I want to go with that. And I still need to fill in this Super Bowl. I have my little sheet of all my notes. Let's work on this, shall we, while we're waiting for everything else to dry. Oh, how am I doing on my... Ooh, not much time left. Well, please remember that I am off next week and probably at least part of the following week, because I'll have a house full of company. And sitting down here talking to myself, that's what it feels like sometimes. I don't know. So if I'm not here, don't panic. But I will put a notice out. Is this the number 1? Yeah. I'm kind of feeling like I like these with the pen work. I agree, Valerie. Pen work always adds, doesn't it? It always, like, takes stuff to the next level. I'm just a firm believer that all good artwork needs a little bit of black and a little bit of white, because that little bit of black and that little bit of white are going to make everything else pop. I was going to find my list of things to chat about. Okay, here it is. I haven't been following along with Badass. Like, on the periphery, Deb. I will, like, once the retreat is done, it's kind of consumed my whole life. But, I will. But I love the classes and everybody's work that I'm seeing, that's for sure. Okay, I've got a would you rather question. So I have a silly one and a silly one and a serious one. Let's do the serious one first. Have a stranger's life or have $1 million? That one feels easy to me, but I'm curious what you guys think. Have a stranger's life. Would you rather have a stranger's life or $1 million? Valerie, a stranger's life or $1 million? I do these in Stitch Along a lot. Ask those questions. Would you rather? I find them interesting. And some of them you have to kind of really reflect. This one was easy for me. I would take the $1 million. Because you never know. Valerie agrees. $1 million because you never know what someone is going through. And I like my life. You know what I mean? I like my life. And so, yeah, I would take the $1 million too. Anyone else? Debbie, Keely, Lisa, Renata, Ra. Anyone? Susan. Carmen. $1 million or a stranger's life. It's supposed to start raining here again. You know what? It says it's going to rain here again, but I don't know. And oh my gosh, you guys, yesterday Maisie experienced her first rain. And she was, her little paws were like, I don't want to touch it. And then before you knew it, she was soaking wet. And then my house smelled like wet dog. That's such a stinky smell, isn't it? I told her she stunk, but she didn't care. She still like climbed on top of my head and, you know. I don't know what that means to have a stranger's life. I don't either. I'm just reading what I read. I think I'd like my life and $1 million. Yes, and then we can go to concerts in Las Vegas. Yes, exactly, Keely. I imagine how many paint you could buy for $1 million. Obviously, $1 million, Rob. Oh, I love my community. We're all quite like-minded, aren't we? I know, and it is true, Valerie. You don't know what somebody else's life is going to be. And I don't know. I like my life. Okay, next one is the silly one. And it's one that we talked about yesterday, Valerie, so act surprised. Talk to animals or speak every language. Talk to animals or speak every language. What's it going to be? What's it going to be? Mine is talk to animals Although I would love to speak every language. I would love that. I would love that there would be no barriers between me and the rest of the world. Do you know what I mean? And you know I love an accent, so I would love to speak all those languages and have all those accents. Penny loved to be in the rain. Oh, I love that. Yeah, before she knew it, I'm telling you, she was all about the rain. Talk to animals. Absolutely talk to animals. Bye, Keels. Oh, gosh. You're signing off because it's after 10. Sorry about that, you guys. All right. So, obviously, I will not see you next week. So, open your newsletter and we'll have some more artist studies in there because why wouldn't we want to do that? I know, Valerie, it's a hard choice. That one was a hard choice. Between talking to animals and speaking every language. I know, I would love that too. I would love it too. So, anywho, go out and make it a tremendous Thursday, everybody. You have the power. And I will see you in the newsletter. I'll be back. I promise. Talk to you soon, everyone. Bye.